This is not a stereotypical label on all Chinese. But if we look at different trees on different people generally in the world, by comparison, Chinese appear more or less nerdy. Although nerds usually are not popular in sports and entertainment, you are bullied in school and conventional social circles in the United States and in Europe. Nerdy is not a negative word at all. At least, being nerdy means people are smart and good at learning. Ding! Typical Chinese nerds are not excellent at hand-on skills, but theoretical studies. For example, Zhenning Yang, a Chinese physicist who works on statistical mechanics and particle physics. He and another physicist, Chengdao Li, received the 1957 Nobel Prize in Physics together for their work on parity non-conservation of weak interaction. Besides Nobel Prize, along his life, he also have received many other remarkable awards. But when he went abroad and studied at the University of Chicago in his 20s, it is said, although he was very clever, but where there was Zhenning Yang, there must have been experimental explosions. That's why he preferred to fund his academic and career way on theoretical physics later and said goodbyes to other hands-on work. Nowadays, young Chinese nerds have been made much progress on hand-on experience learning compared to their elders. Their intelligence and achievements spark in many academic and professional fields such as computer science, finance, biology, and so on. But if you look into them, aren't they nerdy? Yep, kind of. So why are Chinese so nerdy?
Ready, go!
Confucianism cultural tradition. It's not bio-nerdy genes, but a traditional Confucianism culture meme. As one of the oldest surviving languages in the world, Chinese helped Chinese citizens in modern China and Chinese immigrants overseas to learn and heritage their glorious culture and rich history, including Confucianism culture, which have lasted for about 2,000 years since ancient China. After its prolonged, complicated evolution in history, today one of significant value remains and makes a great impact on general education system and career trajectory choice of Chinese. 万般皆下品，唯有读书高 which means only study is the most superior thing, and by comparison, others are inferior. How come studying sounds so highly hierarchical than others? Because in original ancient Chinese context, studying was the most general way to become intellectual officials who could upgrade from ordinary people by passing imperial education examination to serve the country. And in whole feudal system, the electoral official's identity was respectable and noble. So, many ancient Chinese spent most of the time on reading and memorizing Confucius classic books and many others to learn how to govern and serve their country, and upgraded into upper class as electoral officials. By comparison, practical farming, cooking, engineering, and handicrafts were regarded as inferior class jobs. To some extent, you can regard it as an intellectual version of knights in traditional British or European feudal system. Such Confucianism culture and study in inertia as a cultural meme has rooted in Chinese education and passed down generation after generation, from ancient China to modern China, and has expanded to the globe as Chinese immigrants move today. In this cultural context, few Chinese study for having fun or pure scientific explorations. Instead, the majority of them study for passing examinations and getting awards for conventional success academic performances. and pursuing higher degrees such as masters and a PhD have become epidemic, even if in the real world, many career positions they finally get are not required. Also, Confucianism culture meme brings a popular byproduct. Teacher. 三人行，必有我师。Jack Ma, a Chinese business magnate, once said that his happiest moment in his life is not from Alibaba Company, but his plural early life as a teacher. If you are a foreigner who stay in China for a while, you will find a large number of middle-aged and young Chinese female think of or wanted to or have already become teachers in primary, middle, and high schools or universities, other educational agencies. Even to those who are not work as teachers, in Chinese daily life, it's quite common that the Chinese call someone his or her family name plus teacher, because teacher is not only a profession, but a respectful appellation. Rebounding effect on educational interruptions. Hardly could imagine that in China, where values education a lot, people once experienced a serious catastrophic collapse of regular educational system, and it did lasted for about more than 20 years in last 1 century. In early 20th century, foreign colonialism invention, 8 years of World War II, and 4 years of Civil War, 10 years of Cultural Revolution, which has had a profound impact until now. More recently, the last normalization time in mainland China is until 1979, when official college entrance examination restored. Since then, some young people are allowed to take exams to go back to universities and continue their studies. Sequentially, the top would become new electoral officials who serve the country for later starting development as what we say today. These historical damages and interruptions on educational system have led to a strong rebounding effect on current Chinese generations, in particular the baby-born generation, my parents' generation. Remember a calling from Steve Jobs? Stay hungry and stay foolish. For my parents' generation, this is not a calling but an objective description. They strongly desire of size opportunities to go to schools or go abroad for studying, to learn knowledges and open eyes with the Chinese nerdy trend though. This time for individuals, studying and learning are more a remedy desire for a normal life than a social class climbing, because all people have recognized that education is an important part of individual growth. Science and technology are the engine for modern society's development, and talented people is the key of a better world. Nurse culture aesthetic. Young Chinese generations for now? Well, since China has developed at the fastest speed worldwide in the last 40 years, nowadays, young Chinese generation perform quite differently in an ever-diverse spectrum at home and abroad. Basically, there are 4 steps based on their own educational backgrounds. Traditional nerds are what, as you imagine, bookworms with excellent theoretical academic performances who are not good at sports. New Nerds 1. They both love theoretical academics and sports, but academics go first if they have to make a choice. New Nerds 2. They both love experimental or skills academics and sports. Anyway, they love hands-on learning compared to New Nerds 1. The last step is skills learners. They are better at practice than theories, and they hone their professional skills until they become masters. If you like Liziqi, the top Chinese YouTuber, you will know she is unique of the last type. But no matter what types, nurse aesthetic is still deeply rooted in Chinese culture. In other words, intelligent people are more attractive than those big muscles. Even in business worlds, knowledge and education is a prime idea for many Chinese to start and run. For example, Andrew Ng, the second generation of Chinese immigrants, one of the world's most famous and influential computer scientists, being named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people, focusing on machine learning and AI, is also a technical entrepreneur and pioneer. Yep, he is the co-founder of Coursera and Deep Learning AI. In the age of information, online education, from all kinds of knowledge to job hunting, have become a business base for many well-educated Chinese. Are Chinese nerdy? Yes and no, but basically, yes.